it does answer a lot of the questions like, well, what do I need to do? And so if they can't do those things on the path, then they obviously aren't ready for the next level.
I'm just curious how the rest of the leaders here actually sort of really ride that fine line between telling them you're going to go get trained in this, right? Sometimes that's the technology that's easy, right? I'm going to go get this new, whatever Cisco training because your infrastructure, you should do that. But how do you balance that? How do you work with that? Do you do that in your, are you doing that through your one-on-ones? Are you doing that through mentoring meetings? Are you doing that? I'm just curious how other folks are doing it.
At the beginning of the year as a team, like my direct reports, we identify all the skills that we need to get to the next level, both short-term, long-term. So I make them kind of part of the process as a team, and everybody's kind of hearing the ideas. That's kind of our starting point. And then one thing I realized, just everyone needs to be motivated in different ways. So I find that some, you almost have to like pull the reins on them. You throw something at them and they will just run with it. Others like need to be strongly encouraged and held accountable. And I do find that like if you hold them accountable, they're kind of defining how success is measured and how they're adding value to the organization.
So I've put it back on my first line supervisors to tell me what are the basic skills that your employees need. Because in tech support and IT security and stuff, there's 100 different ways to skin the cat, but there's a way that your organization wants stuff done so that if somebody else has to pick the ball up, we're doing it the same way every time. You just, a punch list of competencies that they have to be able to meet those standards, and their supervisor has to confirm that they have seen them do those things competently.
I put together, it's a career path for people in their certain roles. So if what are the skills they need at an entry level, next level, next level, next level, and so that they can progress. It does answer a lot of the questions like, well, what do I need to do? And so if they can't do those things on the path, then they obviously aren't ready for the next level. And those levels overlap. So it's just because you meet everything, say at an F band level, doesn't mean you're available for a G band level because it overlaps into the G. The piece too with the development plan that I included include soft skills. So it includes things like, understanding the teams you have to work with. I really want them to understand the environment that they're working in and the teams and people that they interact with on a consistent basis. So that when they're thinking about things to do within their world, they think about how is that going to impact somebody else and not just be very siloed in their thoughts. So it also includes broadening their skills in and without the organization. So if at an entry level, you can do this one thing and a person at the highest level can do all those things within the group, right? Then that's part of the progression. But it also includes training in my world right now, a lot to do with identity IQ, with SailPoint, a lot to do with Radiant Logic, a lot to do with Power Automate and Power BI, as far as being able to create a lot, dashboards, et cetera, a lot to do with gathering requirements. So I have pieces in there, how, you need to be able to understand how to run requirements gathering sessions and how to document the needs. It just is that progression to show people. And then where it really happens is at the end of the year, when it comes time for performance evaluations, I can pull this out and say, so let's talk about where you're at. Where are you at on this path, right? Well, I'm still here. Okay, so you shouldn't be surprised that you're getting a meets, right? Because you're doing what you're expected to do, right? Or you shouldn't be surprised that you're getting a developing because you haven't yet made the improvements to your skill set in order to be at the level that you're being paid for. So, I mean, it does help in those type of situations also when you have a documented career path.